I'd now like to invite Dr. Nadine Alameh, who is joining us from Washington quite early morning. So I made sure the strategy is to give some space for coffees for our North American colleagues to join us. Dr. Nadine leads the industry as well as the governments, bringing across why standards and their interoperability can help make the world a better place to live. Dr. Nadine, floor is yours.
Thank you, Dr. Zafar, and everybody. Good morning from, Washington, D.C. It's very, very dark and cold this morning. So I'm here to talk very quickly. I don't have slides. I'm going to use my hands instead of my slides because I'm thankful for actually Professor Abbas, Dr. Jillian, and Monica for already really setting the scene of why spatial standards and standards in general are important in the reporting, the monitoring, and the evolution of SDGs. So I represent the Open Geospatial Consortium, and we have a mission of making, geospatial information, not data, information fair, findable, accessible, interoperable, and reusable, which I think is one of the keys to getting us towards consistency in reporting the SDGs and collecting the information behind them. And most importantly, what's close to my heart is not reinventing the wheel for every SDG, for every country, for every new data set. So what's recently been going through my mind, and I hope it resonates with you as well, is we're approaching the end of 2020. So we are, almost 2021, right? And still we have, we can go to the moon, we can go to the Mars, but we have simple, I call them simple disasters like flooding, like wildfire. They're still killing and displacing people and causing, unprecedented, unexpected economic losses. And we have one virus, actually, the reason we're all here, virtually, we have one virus that was able to stop the world from turning, literally, for all of us, regardless of, where we are or where we're coming from and what's our economic status or what's our SDG level and all of that. And it makes you think because we heard Monica and, Dr. Jillian talk about data. I think we have a lot of data out there. Just here, from the DC side, the NASA and the NOAA and the emergency management agencies and the national mapping agencies and all their equivalents worldwide. They have data, they have expertise, actually not just data for today, but historic. And Monica mentioned industry. I think industry is blowing our minds with what they can do. I mean, I tell my kids all the time, we're making science fiction reality with the artificial intelligence and machine learning and what we can do from space these days. But then here we are. We're still missing something. And I think what's missing, the missing link, is connecting all these dots, not one by one, not one SDG at a time, not one nation at a time, not one data set at a time, not one system at a time. We're missing this connecting the dots. And to me, this is my passion. This is what OGC stands for. And this is why standards are so important for us not to do this over and over again, because we don't want to do the background stuff. The value is actually not even in the SDGs. The value is what we do with that information so that we don't leave anybody behind. So I like to think about it as with all this data that's available to us, so we mentioned, the socioeconomic and the spatial data and the Earth observation, and I will add on top of it the mobility data, so the non-traditional mobility data and social media data. It's like a canvas or like this reconfigurable puzzle that we need to put together differently for different SDGs or for different, countries. But even the amazing thing that we have today, the power that we have today is we don't even have to do it at the country level. we can especially, look at COVID or any socioeconomic, parameters. We can actually reconfigure this data to any granularity that we want. But we want that puzzle that we can shift as needed very quickly. Yeah, we don't want to spend the time to, actually put the puzzle together. And at the same time, we want it to be flexible enough such that if new pieces come in, they can get incorporated easily, if new technologies, new formats, and on and on. And that's behind the simple, I think, analogy is a lot of complexity that the standards essentially encompass. So in order to be the integrating principles, the glue behind all of that, there's a combination of complex, technological, architectural, operational requirements that have to be thoroughly, rigorously tested and documented. And those are the standards. So the role of standards, consistency, getting us to the decisions, to the action, just a lot faster, not reinventing the wheel. And last but not least, in this context, I think I like to say also standards, they are the magic that connects everything. So we can, do really what, Dr. Abbas, I like how he showed the interconnectedness of the SDGs and the interdependence of our world, right? But, standards are the magic that connects, but they're not magically developed. So in parallel with everything that we're talking about, there's this urgency to also get together as partners, as industry, academia, and government, in parallel, the same, mix-up, to actually develop and agree on these standards so that we can all move on and keep them in sync, with the technological innovation that's happening today. So consistency, not reinventing the wheel, and just being ready and putting that puzzle together for the SDGs. Thank you, Dr. Zafar, and everybody. I look forward to the questions and to listening to the other panelists.